Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And I want to really thank our special guest today. They're kind of like my cohorts in crime. That would be ARVP Stacy Woodford and Area Manager, soon to be Regional Vice President, Tracy Tigman. And these guys, they have been like Lewis and Clark and going out and taking the LinkedIn and running with it. And so we've been really been kind of working on this and thinking about this a lot over the last few weeks. Been about how many weeks has it really we've been doing the Bob Heigl. Heilig. I don't know Bob. Bob Heilig. I'm trying to think of how many weeks, but I'm very excited to do this training with everybody. You know, what's so interesting when you look out there today in the world, it's social media. I mean, that's what it's all about, is social media. But you got to get good at social media. And Phoebe Fournier and I had the opportunity to coach by Steve Siebold. And Steve Siebold is a brilliant coach. He's coached some of the most elite athletes in the world and the elite CEOs of the world. And anyone who's in the speaking profession works for him. So people like Tony Robbins works for Steve Siebold. So every amazing person that you can think that out there, that's who they work for him. And so Phoebe and I had an opportunity to coach with him. And this was before the big advent of social media, but he always was questioning us. He would always say, you guys are fishing in the wrong pond. And, you've got to go where people want more and they want to give more. So you've got to go for people who are already successful. They want to have more so that they can give more. And you want to work with people who come from contribution. So there's a lot of different social media things that we can do today. But a lot of them are like not fishing in the right pond because they are not. I just got to make sure this is recording. Oh, good. Okay, it is. Because you're out there and you're actually every day just, liking somebody's post and just trying to make a stab at how you do it. And where Bob Heilig's LinkedIn course is absolutely step by step what you do. And Tracy Tigman was already doing LinkedIn last fall when we started, I started coaching, having an opportunity to coach with her. And she was already really smart. But Tracy, what has the Bob Heilig's module training done for you?
It's really had me reach out to people on a higher level. Like Dina, you always say sponsor up. So it's really helping me weed through. It's a great tool to help me weed through the higher level people to increase my odds. My odds have increased since Bob Heilig.
Awesome. That's exactly right. And how about you, Stacy? What is doing this and really jumping in and doing LinkedIn done for you?
I think it's just opened my eyes to see there's so many people out there that more than you ever thought there were. And with doing this LinkedIn, and the focus is on saying less to more people. And I really like that because I feel like we often think we need to say so much And he teaches you how to say less to more and really sorting through those people. And it also helps you to come from a place of, what's the word? What do you call that, Dina? When posture, that's the word I'm thinking. You're able to come from an even higher place of posture. When you feel like you have a lot of contacts, a lot of people to follow up with and talk to, your posture changes and you develop more confidence. So I've noticed that myself too.
The other thing that Stacy said the other day was so interesting. She said just doing LinkedIn has made her so confident about how to talk about Arbonne. And so she said it's just bled over in every other part of her business because she knows how to talk about our opportunity.
Yeah,
And,
it's definitely sharpening my skills, and I'm learning to talk about Arbonne with more upgraded language, and I really like that.
Awesome. All that, it is so fun to see them doing it and how well they're doing. And I told both of them the other day that they're going to be national vice presidents here. We can feel it. We can just see it. We can feel it. It's happening. So it's very exciting. So we wanted to go through, and they're going to help me. We're going to talk about this. What we've done is we've kind of condensed the modules to, and you still need to do them, but this just is it's going to be a one-piece document that's going to have kind of all the things that you need to do to go through it. So I'm going to just have them help me do this and talking about your initial connection. And I would love to, I don't know if you can take either one of you to take your screen and show us how you go in and how you click for the connections. I don't know who wants to do that, because we'd love to have you take the reins for a minute and show everybody how to do that.
Sure.
You want to do it, Tracy?
Sure. You just want me to share screen, Dina?
Yeah, I'm going to stop share, and then you can show us that. When I feel really stupid, I call Tracy and Stacy, and it's the Tracy and Stacy Help Dina show.
Hold on. Can you see my screen with LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
With LinkedIn?
Yeah, we can see that. Okay, so you've gone on to your your home page.
Mm-hmm.
And then just walk us through what you're going to do, Tracy.
Okay, so this is my home page. So the first thing in the morning, I want to go through and see who's connected with me. So I can check my message. I'll go here first. I go to my network. And then I'll go my connections, see all connections. I'll click over here.
See, look at how Tracy's already over 5,792 connections, and it's just been in a few months, and it's amazing how that just increases every single day. It just keeps, it's amazing.
So this is these are my connections from yesterday. And then from here, I would go on and send them a message.
So she asked them yesterday to connect with her, and they have responded back and said yes, right?
Yes. Do you want me to start there first, how I connect with people?
Sure, that would be awesome if you would start with that.
Yep. All right, so we're going to go back to my home page, and I'm going to go see who I want to connect with today. Who do I want on my team? So I'm going to click on this search button up here, and then you want to highlight the spyglass and click on that, because you really want to get a little bit more detailed. And Bob highlight goes into all of this. And then you want to unclick, he said to unclick your first connections. Okay. So now, instead of 600,000, now I'm down to 281,000, but that's a lot. So I'm going to click on Greater Philadelphia area, and now I'm down to 20,000. I'm really looking in the UK. So I want to click on the United Kingdom. And then I want to really go down to my industries and kind of take that 20,000 and make it even smaller. So you can pick any one of these. You don't have to, but I click on my background, which was marketing and advertising. And then also I add in, I was in the hospitality industry. So I'll click on that. So just in the Greater Philadelphia and UK, there's 1,700 people I can reach out to today if I wanted to. And I did this last night, so you'll see I sent Jessica Scott in Philly. She's a CEO of Scott Marketing and Events. I sent her an invitation. But, and she hasn't, you know, so there's one out there for her. But let's just scroll down a little bit and look for somebody interesting that I want to send it to. And normally here's one. She's an events professional. She's an owner of Brand New. She's in the United Kingdom. Oh, that would be great to hook up with her. So I'm going to hit connect. And it says add a note. But if you do that, ladies, you're going to be doing this all day. So Bob Heilig says just to hit send now. You don't have to customize it yet because they haven't connected with you yet. You want to get that, you know, you want to get a lot of people into your pipeline. So I hit that connect button. In the beginning, I did 200 times a day because I wanted to get my my huge base up. Because once you get it past 500 people, LinkedIn starts connecting you with a lot more people. So go to 500, then get to 1,000, and just keep going. You know, you want to have a huge connection. Okay. So then once I do that, then I'll go over to my network and I'll see who's going to see all, because I'm nosy. I want to see everybody. And these, look, Rebecca connected with me. She's a vice president of accounting director somewhere. So this is when I would send her a message. This is when I would send all these ladies, and I've been sticking to the female persuasion. I haven't dived into the male part of it yet. So I would click on here, and this is where I would write my message. Probably, oh no, it's not there. So I copy and paste. Do you want me to show you the message?
Yeah, we'll show them the message in just a second on the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Just copy and paste. All you do is change the first name, copy and paste it over, copy and paste it over, copy and paste it over.
Yep, and so I would do that to everybody that connected with me in the last couple days. And then the next thing I do is go to my messages and see who's messaged me back. Let's see, here's one. She connected with me. We've been trying to figure out, we've been connecting back and forth since February, trying to figure out a time to talk. And she's finally sent me a message, and we're going to talk next week. So that's kind of exciting. And so I'll check all these little messages to see who's.
So here's the deal. To replicate, well, hi, Barb. Oh my gosh. So to replicate what we're teaching you how to do today, you would have to go to so many networking events, so many BNI groups. You'd have to go to so many things to be able to do what we're showing you how to do today within a period of time. You are going to be so much more effective because you have to, we all know that out of every 10 people, only 3 are open. And then you're going to get like 1 to 2 out of 10. But if you have to constantly go to meet, yes, where you caught with LinkedIn, you're in front of all the people I've always wanted to recruit, because these people are on and they're connecting, because guess what? They want more. They're looking for something more. And so this is such a brilliant way of, can you see what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
The difference? Yeah, because trust me, Tracy and Stacy have done the networking things. You've done all those things to
Yes.
people, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
So this is such, if you're going to do any kind of social media or out there trying to meet people, yeah, it's LinkedIn. It's LinkedIn. So awesome. So now she's got, so you come back.
Sorry, so
Mhm.
start by just linking in when LinkedIn says these are people you may know.
Well, I'll teach you all that.
Okay.
I'll go back and do the backfill with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let's go to, you've sent the message, and now you guys are now you're ready to do your call. So let's go back. I'll take back the, no, not at all. Nope. Yep. I know I'm so bad. Okay, so I've got to get my PowerPoint back up here. Here we go. Okay. Are you guys seeing that again? Everybody seeing that?
Not yet.
No? Really? Okay. Let me try it again.
See you.
All right, let me see why that didn't work here. Let me try it again. Screen. Did I pause it? Is that what's going on?
Close it off. So you have to reopen the phone.
Yeah.
It looks like it's open.
I know, I'm just trying to figure out where in the heck it was there a second ago. Let me just try it again here.
Anybody else curious about what
Can I ask a quick question?
Where she is?
Oh, she looks like she's
Yeah, great.
redoing it.
Okay, are you guys seeing it now?
Not yet.
Wow, jeez. It's not my first time, no, because I actually know how to do this more than him. I cannot figure out why it's not showing. Yes, let's. Huh, I can't figure out where, yeah.
So, Dina, is it okay if I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Tracy,
here it goes.
when you go into do your first generation or your second generation, how do you, I'm not seeing that on mine. Is that a
Go to,
premium thing? Or?
You go to the search screen up top and click on that spyglass on
Yeah,
the right.
okay.
Click on that, and that'll pop it up.
Because there's 450 million people on LinkedIn, and you don't want to do your first generation connections. No first generation connections. You go for your second generation connections. And then every day after you've connected, if you can picture this, so say she says connect with 200 people. Okay, now you're going down to all of those people. They get added into your connections. And when you go to their second generation connections, you guys, it grows every day so exponentially of who you have access to every day.
So second generation back.
Yep.
Not,
No, second generation LinkedIn connections, okay?
and they identify.
Yeah, and you don't want to ever
So it's
connect
people
with
who know-
anybody.
People that you know.
Yeah, and you never connect with Arbonne consultants because you don't want to just have Arbonne connections. So you don't connect with Arbonne people, and you go to, and then, because then as soon as you're into, so when she hits 500, when you hit 500 connections, the algorithms, or however you say that word, algorithms of LinkedIn, you are, so many more people are put in front of you. So, okay, so we've got, so now we have talking about what we're going to say to the prospect. And you, And that's why you don't have Arbonne on your profile and anywhere on your page, because you don't want them to go and check it out and go, oh, Arbonne. You want to have the opportunity to introduce them and talk to them first before they go and check out who you are. So I actually don't have anything about Arbonne on my profile. And actually I'm removed, I don't, but I'll teach all that. And then, so you want to be able to be, you know, and that's what Tracy and Stacy are doing, is because now when they go and have a conversation with them, they have the opportunity to talk to them. So you want to start the conversation and make sure that you're not creating resistance. And resistance is if you had network marketing on your page, you would get a resistance before you got to actually tell them about what you'd like to tell them. Yep, so this is what, so here's what we want to message. And this is what Tracy came up with. And let me see if I can make this disappear so that I can get this. There we go. Okay, so this is what Tracy says in her, what she copies and pastes. Okay, so this is what you say. So, hi, Allison. It's great to connect with you here on LinkedIn. I see that we share a similar past, having worked in the same industry. I've found LinkedIn to be a great source for networking and connecting with other sharp, successful people like yourself. I would love to speak with you over the phone to tell you more about what I am doing and my global mission, and to see how we can help one another. Let me know when you have a window so we can chat or we can talk for 20 minutes, however you want to say that. So that's what you would say for them. And then I've been doing that, and then they come back and they say, yeah, I'd love to talk with you, Dina. When this is, and they give me, you know what's amazing? I want you to think about this, you guys. They instantly say that, and then they send me their cell phone number. And I just want you to picture, you're in a networking meeting, how hard it is to get someone's cell phone number. They instantly say, yes, I'd love to chat with you. Here's my phone number. Okay, so y'all starting to get this? Okay, yep, okay. So that's what's so amazing, isn't it, girls? It kind of blows your mind. So, okay, now we're gonna go to, remember, you're just looking to start the conversation and see if they're willing to engage with you. This is how I always knew when I would be out and about prospecting. If the person played back, I knew I wanted to recruit them. Well, that's exactly with this. You know, you see who responds, how friendly they are. That's how you can really tell if you would actually like to recruit them. Remember that more people than not, tons more, are not going to respond. Because first of all, LinkedIn is not like Facebook. People don't instantly post back. They may only check it every couple of days or maybe once a week. And so they won't get instantly back with you. But you're only, remember, you're saying a little bit to a lot of people, and you're seeing who comes back in place, who comes back and says, yes, I'd love to chat with you. Okay, so that's what you're doing. So if they request more information before they can get on a call with you, this is something that you can say back to them. Sometimes they'll come back and say, do you guys have that where they come back and ask you for a little bit more information before they get on the call?
Yes, all the time.
Okay, so is this kind of about what you say back to them?
That's exactly what I put in there.
Okay.
Word for word.
Okay, so I'm working with a 500 million anti-aging skincare company. I'm looking for someone to help me build, train, and develop sales organizations on a local, regional, and national level. Let's set up a time for a short call so I can give you a better understanding of exactly what I'm looking for, and see if you or anyone you know comes to mind. So you're coming, remember, you're coming from a position of power, and so that's what's different about who you're talking to on LinkedIn. Remember, these people want more. They're looking for something. Okay, so now take control of the call. So Stacy, how do you take control of the call? How do you kind of start that? So you're taking control of the call when you start to visit with them.
She's muted.
Yeah, it's almost like an interview process. I mean, immediately what I do is I'll ask them how their day is going, and then, you know, what do they do? Tell me more about you, how long you've been doing that. And I kind of just get to know them and their situation a little better. Do they have a family? And then what happens most of the time is the ping pong bounces back. It's the ball bounces back to me, and the reciprocity, I guess, they start saying, well, so tell me about you. And so that's usually how it happens. But I'm acting curious, and I want to know about them, because I want to know if they themselves could be a good prospect, or, you know, and if not, then maybe someone they know.
Awesome. Okay. And Tracy, you've been finding it really good too with doing the same thing that Stacy's doing, but also asking a lot of the questions that Bob Heilig suggested, right?
Right.
So
Because you want to find that common bond. You know, you want to have a connection with them right away.
So this is what, you know, what they say. So this is kind of what Bob says to say, and then how, you know, we've kind of tweaked everything a little bit. So thanks for taking the time to speak with me today. I appreciate your time. Don't you just love LinkedIn? What a great way to connect with people on a professional level. I see that we have similar backgrounds. So tell me about yourself. And then one of the things that Stacy's doing really well, Stacy's kind of picked that she wants to build in Texas. We both find Texas people really friendly, and really I love to work with Texans. And so one of the things that they say is, you know, you can really compliment them on where they live. Oh, I love Houston. You know, how long have you lived there? I really want to expand my business there. And so that, you know, people are proud of where they live. And so when you come back and you acknowledge where they live and you make them feel like you're smart to live in Houston, that, you know, that really goes a long way in building rapport. And so that's one of the key things to do. So like Stacy says, you know, where are you from? Are you married? You have children? What brought you to Houston? What brought you to the U.S.? I love that area. I'm looking to expand. The longer, Bob Heilig, I was listening to him again this morning, the longer you can get the prospect talking about themselves and you asking the following questions, what we're just going to say next, the better the rest of the call is going to go. So here we go. So Tracy, why don't you take us through this section that you know, because you've really kind of changed and you're using asking a lot more of these questions, right?
I am. Mm-hmm.
So would you take us through, why don't you and Stacy pretend that you're talking to each other? I think that would be great. So why don't you start this part,
okay,
and pretend that you're doing the interviewing part with Stacy.
Okay. So Stacy, tell me, what do you do?
Well, I'm a teacher.
Do you love teaching? I have a 13-year-old. I don't know. God bless you. I love teachers because I couldn't do it.
You know, I love it, but it's very time consuming.
Do you see yourself doing that forever?
You know, I love it. I don't know what else I would do. So, yes, I guess.
Well, let me ask you a question. If there was, are you looking for other opportunities? If there was something else out there that might be more of a fit for you, would you be willing to take a look?
Yeah, sure. I'd be willing to take a look. I'm not really looking for something, but sure.
So, but you're not looking to retire from that job. You're not looking for something different, correct?
Well, I'm not looking to retire from my job, but if there's a way that I could, that would be awesome.
It's very interesting because I find that with what I do in my industry now, Stace, I teach and coach and train people about this business, and I find that teachers make the connections with this with my industry rather quickly.
Wow.
If
So
I could,
I'm going to stop these guys right here for just a second.
Okay.
Now, when you heard, if she starts to tell you pain points, you
Mhm.
want to listen for pain points. So if Stacy says, I love teaching, but I'm at, gosh, there's a lot of hours. I have to work so much, after school hours to prepare lesson plans, to check papers. So you want to listen to whatever industry they're in and whatever they're telling you, their pain points, and then come back and say, well, do you see yourself? Do you love it enough? It's that you want it to be your last job. It says, do you picture yourself retiring there? You want to ask those kind of questions. And she says, oh, I can't even imagine, working till retirement age. And then you want to say, well, have you looked at anything else? Are you open to other opportunities? So that's where Tracy's doing a really good job of listening for her pain points of what she's telling her. And then focusing back on what she's saying is her pain point. So are you looking for other opportunities? Now, the next couple of questions are really important because they qualify the prospect. So, and these are a couple ones that I know Tracy's really added and gotten good at. And so go ahead and work through these questions.
This is I have to say, this is my favorite piece because this is when you start getting them through the funnel to really pinpoint those pain points too. And I'll tell them, I'll say, look, Stacy, are you strictly looking for employment type opportunities, or are you open to something more entrepreneurial if the income potential was high enough? I mean, I pretty much say it for verbatim. And then I'll go, well, let me ask you this. If I could show you something that had a bigger upside than what you're currently doing in that classroom, and you could be doing it alongside risk-free, would you be willing to take a look?
Absolutely.
And that question, those two questions are absolutely the key to ask, because you want to know if they say, oh, no, I'm just I'm a person who like a 9-to-5, or I like the security of a company. You just really know that that's really not going to be the person you're looking for. And you can go next. Thanks so much. But those are really good questions. So yeah, so then you move on. Now, when right here for both of you, when Bob says share your personal story with him once the conversation, because a lot of times people will just say, well, so tell me what is it exactly that you do? And don't you guys get that a lot too?
Yes.
What exactly is it that you do? A lot of times, sometimes they'll kind of let you go through kind of the formula that he talks about, and other times they want to just cut to the chase. You want to know right then what it is you do. So yeah. So what is it that where do you guys go right here?
Well, like I had two totally different ones yesterday. One was like, just tell, what do you do? What's your company? Like, she was very type A personality. She just wanted me to get to the bottom line. So I told her everything I did. And then I weaved in my story through that. Other times, 9 times out of 10, I can tell my background first of how, and then I say, and the reason why we're on the phone call on the LinkedIn today, Stacy, is because I'm looking to grow my business globally, and after I tell my story. So that's usually how it goes, but you will get those type A's that just want you to bottom line it. So you want to be prepared for both responses.
So what I would love to do is hold on just a second. I'd love to have both of you tell me what you would say for your story. Okay? Is that what you're wanting me to ask them?
I want to hear what.
Okay, if they want it right now, we say the same thing. I'm an international recruiter for a $500 million nutritional company. I help people set up virtual franchises through e-commerce. We have gone into a new category, ultrasound technology, and I'm looking for someone with sales experience, front of the room type person to help me expand globally. I am looking to expand my team of independent marketing reps.
So you don't.
Not really. You don't have to. If you can do it, just
Because if they ask what's the name of the company.
yeah. And if they ask, they say, "Well, what's the name of the company?" So what company is it? Then what do you guys both say?
I tell them it's an all natural, it's an international all natural wellness company.
And then if they say what company, do you say Arbonne?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then how about you, Stace?
Yeah, I'll say it's Arbonne International. Have you heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because you want to know what they've heard.
Yep.
You don't start telling, you ask, what have you heard?
Yeah.
So what do you know about Arbonne? Oh, I've heard of Arbonne. What do you know about them? And just, from that tone of your voice, oh, how exciting, how fun. What do you know about them? And then you just let them tell you what they've heard. Because then you're going to be able to know if they have any misconceptions, then you can change the misconception. But if you come out and say, then you don't know what they still have in the back of their mind. Okay? So tell us what you would say, Stace, and what you would say, Tracy, about what it is that.
I have mine written down. I just read it.
Please do it. Will you do it for us?
I say my background is in education, but what I didn't like was it took all of my time. And there wasn't much room for income growth, and it wasn't secure. And I had resigned the fact that there was actually a solution until I came across an opportunity that I could build for myself and create my own security. And I'm so excited about my future and the possibilities and the stability and fulfillment, something like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Stacy. That was awesome. So she pulled in her education background. How about you, Trace?
I tell them I was in the corporate world for about 19 years in the hospitality industry. I worked up my way up that corporate ladder from a night auditor all the way up to general manager. And I loved what I did. It was challenging. I was young. And then the economy hit. Fast forward 19 years, and I'm married and have a child, and the economy took a tank, and they kept giving me bigger hotels, but they weren't compensating me because they didn't have to. So, and I hit my glass ceiling. So I was getting a little bit of a headache of them giving me bigger hotels and not compensating me. But I knew if I didn't take that promotion, they were going to bring in somebody younger and less expensive. So I was at a crossroads. I needed to figure something out. And I was introduced by way of the product to this international wellness company. And I was bottom line, tell me what it's about. And she showed me the compensation plan. And I said, I'll give you 1 year. And I did it alongside my business, my 60-hour running a hotel for 60 hours, 70 hours a week. And I was able to surpass my income in that year. And now I am so excited to get out of bed. And the reason why I'm talking to you today, Stacy, is because LinkedIn is such a great source. Did you know there's 400 million people on LinkedIn? And I'm really looking for people like me, or maybe you know somebody like me that is looking to get out of that corporate grind and wants to be excited to get out of bed without an alarm clock.
That's awesome, Tracy.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
you two are awesome.
You see why I asked these two babes?
Yes.
Do you see why they're both going to be national vice presidents this year? Yeah, absolutely. And oh my gosh, I just adore them. You know, oh my gosh. We've gotten bonded at the hips, haven't we, girls?
You're stuck with us, Dina.
Well, I think that one of the keys is just be yourself. Just be yourself and really take a care and an interest in them when you're talking to them.
Yeah.
They have really bonded. I mean, I've gotten on three-way calls with them, and they really are. You can already tell that they're jiving with the people that they're connecting with, and they're joining their team. And one of Stacy's gals was on our team earlier today on a call. So she was one of the
Oh, really?
brand new, and she jumped on this morning from her place of work, and it's fun to see them. Some of them already are district managers going to area already this month. They're moving very quickly,
Wow.
and so it's very exciting because you can really just see how
Dina, where are they taking them? Your website, through the gift basket? Are they just taking them on LinkedIn? What are they-
no, we'll just keep going and we'll show you. Okay, so now at the point where you get to share your personal story, we're going to ask both of these girls, would you mind sharing your personal stories with us so we can rob and duplicate? Would that be okay, you guys?
Sure.
Yeah, we would love your personal story because both of your stories, we just wanted rob and duplicate some of that stuff out of there, don't we?
Yeah.
So, so what you want to do then, if you're telling your personal story, you can do just exactly what they say. And then you want to come back and you want to ask them now if they're interested. So I'm going to come down here and ask them.
Dina, can I say something?
Absolutely. This is your call, babe.
One of the things that Bob Heilig taught us when you're sharing your story, which is why you're hearing Tracy and I be so generic, we're really talking about our story without mentioning the company. Did you notice that? We didn't say Arbonne. We're just saying our situation before, what the pain point was, and then why we changed our situation. So you all can do that for your own circumstance without saying the word Arbonne.
Yeah, so because you heard Tracy describe it as an international wellness company, right? Is that what you said, Trace?
Yes.
Yep, yep. And so you don't have to, if, you know, I don't put Arbonne's name in this 90-second commercial here. You know, I work with a, you know, international anti-aging wellness company, and, you know, we have, and, you know, I don't know, you don't really have to do that much of a commercial about the company, because just what she said about what it was allowing her to do and everything, they're going to be really interested and open to taking, you know, I worked this much, I got to do it alongside what I was currently doing, then I was able to replace my job, now I get to get up, you know, I get excited when I get up in the morning, I don't have to get up to an alarm clock. She says a lot of, Amy Sky wanting to connect tomorrow. That makes me feel really good about myself. Yeah, so anyway, you don't have to say that much, because what she said was so heartfelt and so real that they're going to want to know what it is she's talking about. So, you know, you could say, but if you do want to say a little bit more, you can say, we're an anti-aging and wellness company. All of our premium products are Swiss formulated and held to the highest European standards. The products are only sold through independent marketing reps. You notice I don't use Arbonne language. I use language that people can, industry language that they can relate to, so that they're an independent marketing rep. Okay? Consultants. Yeah, it's just it's more industry generic. So I teach people how to build their own network of consumers by showing people how to redirect their spending to a more pure, clinically tested, results-oriented product line. This allows them to earn a recurring income stream. The company provides all the infrastructure and support, so we don't have to do the billing, accounting, shipping, tracking. We are just beginning our global expansion and seeing tremendous growth in our global markets. Now we're open in 7 countries, the newest being Taiwan. We're predicted to do $2 billion in sales as we move into Asia. With digital technology, I can build my business globally from home or anywhere. Okay, now right here is where you want to go into what you're looking for. So now you need to say, I'm looking for someone with a sales trainer or management background to help me build, train, and develop sales organizations globally for the company. I'm looking for a front of the room type person, preferably with public speaking experience. Do you have any public speaking experience? Let me be clear, I'm not looking for someone to sell products to their friends and family. We have the opportunity to get paid a recurring commission on hundreds of thousands of customers globally. You want to paint a future picture of what their organization can look like, okay? I'm looking for someone who knows what they're worth. They're just looking for the right vehicle that will allow them to build a long-term fulfilling career, a left-off career. So that's kind of where you're at right there. And then if they ask you, well, you know, tell me about your compensation plan, or tell me more, and just what you're going to say to them is, what I want to, you know, are you interested? Are you open? Do you want to look at this? And if they come back and say, you know, what's your compensation plan, or, you know, tell me more about it. You just want to, because remember, you're wanting to say a little to a lot of people. So you don't want to be on the phone for 2.5 hours. But you want to say is, it's very visual. So what I'm going to send you is really visual, and it will lay out the compensation plan for you.
Do you think they'll ask about compensation plan?
Just
Because
every
I
now and
don't know if
again.
Somebody will have figured out even that this is network marketing. Everybody use that term. Everybody knows what
Do they ask, have they been asked if it's network marketing?
And then do they ask you guys if it's network marketing?
No.
They haven't yet.
They will say, what is your business? What is the company?
Yeah.
Things like that. But I have not had one person so far directly outright ask me, is this multi-level marketing or network marketing? I've actually figured out some people are myself, and I will ask them. I'll say, you know, are you in network marketing? Because I can see their kind of language that they're speaking. and I've been right every time.
So what do you do? Just end that conversation then?
Well, I just say it's so great to connect with someone else in the profession, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Very classy way to handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I admire that. That's great.
And you move on.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
couple of things that I'll say when they ask me what I do is, I'll say, you know, I'm an international recruiter, just like Dina said, for a $500 million anti-aging and nutritional cleansing company. And I help people set up a virtual franchise through e-commerce. And sometimes I'll even simplify it, and I'll say, you know, I'm a recruiter for, I'm an international recruiter through e-commerce. Sometimes I just shorten it just like that. Because, you know when you're messaging people and you're trying to keep it short, and you're trying to still create that curiosity.
Yep.
I think sometimes it's good to say less in the messaging part, and then when you get to the actual conversation.
So when they say to her, when they come back right here, this is where she's talking about, if they want to know more before they'll do a call with you, this is where she says that. So you say, I'm an international recruiter in e-commerce, or for e-commerce. Is that what you said?
Oh, sorry, Dina. I missed that you had that. The other thing I'll say is I help people build a virtual reoccurring asset through e-commerce. So there's just different ways of saying it.
So we just need all your little notes, girls. Yeah, and I'll add it to this document, because that your explanations of.
And another one that I'll say too, just quick in a quick reply to them if they're asking me a question. I'm looking for someone that's an up in the front kind of a room, like Dina said, someone to join my marketing team. I think Bob Heilig said that. So I'm looking for someone to join my marketing team.
Yep. So we,
Training is really good.
so when we come back now, so now we're back to the end of the conversation. So what do you do when you're kind of ready to end it and you want to send them information and schedule the next appointment? What do you say now?
I'll say, well, you have a chance to, I'll say if I would you, if I sent you a couple links, would you check it out? And I know you'll have a few questions, and will you be able to watch it in the next day or two? So then I actually set up a follow-up time. I set up the follow-up time usually the next day. And I will tell you, a lot of people don't answer their phone the next day. That's common. And what I'll do is I will follow up with them a couple of times, and I will use a verbiage from Get Over Your Damn Self. And I'll say something like, I love her verbiage where she's so professional, and she says something like, I'm so sorry we missed each other. I'll shoot you over a couple times to reschedule a chat or a call with each other.
Yeah, so let me see if I can find that where I put that in that. Yeah. So hi, Mary. I did not catch you at our scheduled time. Life gets so busy, doesn't it? Here are some times that I have available so we can catch up. I have 3 this afternoon or 9:30 tomorrow. Which one works for you? Text me back with your choice and let me know that you're okay. Talk soon. So now, if they don't respond.
If they don't respond, I usually will wait a couple days. And if they don't respond, I might text them again and say, hey, I know life's crazy busy. Does this afternoon work to reconnect for a few? Depending on how you're feeling. So a lot of times I'll follow up twice before I will go to I'm not sure if you might think I'm weird verbiage.
So here's the magic verbiage. Oh, you know what? I didn't put it in there. I forgot to type that in today. So yeah, I'm not kidding. The funny thing is that I was talking to Stacy the other day, and she had contacted a gal in Texas who is a pharmaceutical rep that doesn't want to keep doing that anymore. And she has 4 little kids. She wants to be home with her kids more. And so they'd had a really good conversation. She emailed the links. She looked at the links, and then they were doing a follow-up. And when she got her, she was at the hairstylist getting her hair done. And so she says, oh, yeah. She says, well, I'll send you over a couple of other times we can connect. And she didn't connect. So I said, well, Stacy, why don't we try what Wendy Cunningham says to try? So I was telling her what to say, and Stacy was typing it in. I didn't realize she was typing it right to the girl right then. I thought she was typing it on her computer, and she was typing it right to the girl right then. And instantaneously, before she was even finished typing, the girl responded.
She says, yes, I'm interested. I've just been super busy. I leave for New York City tomorrow. Can we connect when I get back?
So when you say to them, oh no, I haven't heard back from you. Now I'm wondering, does she think I'm weird? Now that is so funny, you guys. This is what Wendy Cunningham says all the time. And women feel compelled to not have another woman think that you think they're weird. So there is something that gives them to respond back, and they respond back, and then you're in relationship again with them. And it's so, I can't even tell you how much it is working, because I shared it with a group of regional vice presidents, and they're all doing it, and it is working for every single one of them. So yeah, so then you're back in.
What did she say?
No, it's
Are you gonna type it in for us?
I'll type it into the document, but basically you're saying to them, oh no, I haven't heard back from you. So I'm thinking, oh great. She must think I'm weird. You think I'm weird. She thinks I'm weird. And then you said, do you have yours in front of you? What else you said in it, Stace? Yeah, or you can say, oh no, she's gonna think I'm drunk. I drank the Kool-Aid. And because, you know, and so you don't know what that means? That
Part of the call.
the Kool-Aid.
You've been brainwashed.
Uh-huh. And so they just, it's humorous. And so when you do something humorous, people, you know, they, oh no, I don't think you're weird. Life just got hectic, or I got insane. And
Yeah, a millennial won't understand that. I mean, if you're talking to a millennial, they wouldn't get
don't do the Kool-Aid to the millennial.
the Kool-Aid part, but
Yeah.
But weird.
But weird they get. Weird they get. So yeah, so okay, now what are we gonna do when you're doing your follow-up call? So when you're doing your follow-up call, let me see if something just went weird there with my page. Let me see. Isn't that special? Those pages are not on this slide right here. Isn't that wonderful? Let me see if I've messed up somewhere along here. No, it's my follow-up call. It's weird. I don't know what I've done. Isn't that special? I wanted this to be a one and done call. I'll have to record the rest of the part of this. So you can say, if you want to, most of the time, I don't think you have to ask them right then what their interest is on a scale of 1 to 10. But you know, sometimes people will really be honest at that point. Go, oh, you know, probably a 2 or 3. And you just thank them for their interest and you move on. No, you don't have. No, you know, you don't really have to tell them. You can. Yes, right. So when you're doing your follow-up call.
So they know it's our mom.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So when you're doing your follow-up call, when do you guys ask them to meet a partner or a mentor?
what I normally do is I'll ask them, so what did you like best about what you saw? What stood out to you? And then that kind of starts the dialogue. And then from there, you know, I'll answer some questions. But if I notice there's really some interest, and if they're on the phone with you, there's interest, because, you know, just so you guys know, most of the time they're not going to get on the phone with you a second time. Okay, like, I don't want you to take it personal, because initially when I started doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels so weird. And you're going through all the mindset stuff of, oh my gosh, they're rejecting me. You know, those feelings of they're not answering the phone. And the quicker we go, wait a minute, I don't know these people, they don't know me, it's okay. Just work through it. It's a numbers thing. Most of the people, more people than not, are going to not respond.
And they're,
After they've seen the video.
yes.
And what,
Yeah.
well, after they get off the phone, you don't even know if they've seen the video. You sent it to them, but they may or may not have watched it.
Yeah,
Right.
people that are interested, they will watch it. Yeah, because yeah, we'll go through that. But they send a 6-minute video, and then they send a Discover Arbonne, depending on who the person you're talking to. You know, more of the 15 to 18-minute ones, not the super long ones. And then, but when you get back with them, like Stacy said, you want to ask them, what did you like best about what you watched? What intrigued you? What questions did you have? You can ask them right then. This is what I typed up in the other room. But you could ask them right then, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put your interest? 1 being, you're going to get off the phone and start running right now. I get off the phone and start running. And 10, I'd like to, I'm really interested in this. I think I'd like to do this. So if they say they're a of 4 or 5, then, you know, you're going to want to go most of the time. If it's less than a 5, you want to say, well, it doesn't sound like this is going to be a fit for you. You know, then you can go for that, giving you a referral or giving you, becoming your client.
You don't say what would it take?
Not a 4. If they're a 4 or 5, but most of the time they don't get back on with you guys if they're a 4 or 5, do they?
No.
Yeah. So the ones that are interested are the ones who get back on. So that's what's so cool about this is it's a vetting process. So you only get back on with the ones that are interested. So they're kind of wanting to know, you know, how would I get started? And you need to just work through some fears with them. Yeah.
They do calls at like 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, and then if people aren't fitting in, then they just have a little break, or how long are they giving each call?
Yeah, how you're giving people the time to do the follow-ups, and you can schedule several during that period of time because some won't be available, right?
Yeah.
How are they doing it, though? I want to know.
So Teresa wants to ask a question.
So if some don't get on and some do, how are you scheduling it in so you don't insult someone who wants to connect and there's 2 people? Do you schedule one at like 9, one at 9:15, one at 9:30? What are you doing?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, she's wanting to know, like, if some people aren't going to show and you don't know who's not going to be on the follow-up call, and you have, you know, and you only have, say, a 2-hour block, and you've got 5 people. She's just wondering, you know, how you schedule your time, not knowing who's going to actually show up and who's not, so that you don't
know.
overbook.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you from working in a hotel for 20 years, I've overbooked thousands of rooms and I've never had to walk anybody. So I take that and overbook my calendar with lots of phone and one-on-ones. And I just, if it comes to the point where I know I have another call, I just say, look, I got to jump off. This is a great call. Can we continue this later?
Yep. It's much better to do that than be the other way, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've only had to do that maybe once. I mean, I'm just saying, because like Stacy was saying, it's a numbers game. So you have 5 phone calls to make. It doesn't mean they're all going to answer the phone. Life happens. Kids get sick or whatever. But you know, and you just follow up with them later. But I've never had that jammed up schedule.
Well, and if you have to get off the phone, it shows that you're treating your business like a business, you're busy.
Well, Teresa, you're making this much more difficult. You know how to say.
Right.
You know.
Okay, I'll tell you what I've been doing that works.
Okay, tell us what you've been doing.
When I have that initial call with them where I'm actually talking to them on the phone, you want to, remember, you want to keep this short, like 10 to 15 minutes, but I'll actually give myself a 30-minute block. I might have more time than some people, but I kind of like to give myself that leeway, at least 20 minutes in there between calls. But on the follow-up calls, you don't need much time at all because most of them are not showing up. Most of them are not responding.
And then if they're interested, sometimes you'll do a call, but then you actually have to do it. You have to do another call to get back with them, or you want them to talk to, do a 3-way with someone to help you close them, right?
Mm.
So sometimes you have to work through a couple times to get them, to close.
To be able to weave this into a full-time job, about how much time each day are they investing?
Well, I'm watching both of them, and sometimes because they're both sponsoring and launching new people from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So they kind of do a spurt to get things moving again, and then they sponsor somebody, and they're working with. I mean, like Stacy had several launch presentations the last few days with her new person. So then then when you're okay, I'm ready to sponsor some more people, then you come back in and do connect, right, girls?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's such an awesome filler and way to prospect, because you can kind of just go in when you're feeling you need to talk to more people, start connect. keep doing the connections and then follow up when you have time. And it also shows too, like when you're not following up instantaneously, it's also showing that you're a busy person, right? You're not like sitting on there waiting for their response instantaneously.
Yep, and they're doing both physical presentation, launch things, and virtual sponsoring. So they're doing both depending on where they're at.
Right.
And yeah, so they're both recruiting locally, and they're recruiting within like a 45-minute to where's in for Philadelphia. How far is that from you, Tracy?
About 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. So she's working on the Philly area, and then Stacy's also working in Phoenix. I mean in Texas.
Are they sponsored before people try the products?
Are you sponsoring before people try the products?
Yes.
Tracy and I had the conversation a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, Stan?
Yes.
I said, you're mailing out way too many packets. These are business women. Go for recruiting without them trying the products. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well, if you applied for a job at the Marriott, what are you going to say? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to spend a week in your hotel before I can make a decision on whether or not I want to work for you.
Yeah, so they're recruiting before they try the product.
And are they?
Yeah, I'm not sending any samples now unless they ask me to. In the past, I've been, well, let me send you some samples.
And I toughened them both up.
You can send a lot.
What's your opening order like when you're doing the LinkedIn? It's probably different than when we're doing gift baskets.
Some of them have been 4,000.
Yeah, but what are they ordering? For what purpose? For themselves, for their business? What are they doing it?
It's really individual, isn't it? Because it depends on if they're local. Some are ordering baskets, stuffed it for baskets, for presentations. Yeah, so they're just really just putting in orders to do the business, aren't they?
Yeah, nothing's changed once you get them signed up. Then you just go right to the funnel.
Yeah, you just go right to the
Okay,
funnel.
So same thing.
Same thing. Absolutely, same thing.
And they'll be trying your products right when their clients are.
Yeah, absolutely. It's because you're working this is what's so cool, because you're working with a higher level of
Yeah.
So it's different.
It goes back to what Stacy was saying earlier, because your posture is at a higher level and you're speaking at a higher level, they are making the assumption, it's the implied assumption the products are at a higher level. They are no longer questioning the product.
That's really true, isn't it, guys?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not finding they're questioning the product at all.
They wouldn't. How long would it go down LinkedIn before they got their first sponsor?
I'm not kidding. Stacy, she jumped in really fast, and you got your first sponsor pretty quick.
Yeah, I sponsored a gal named Ashley, and she jumped in. I mean, we don't ever know what people are going to do, but she's actually going to be a business builder, which is pretty exciting.
She wants to be really, I mean, this girl's amazing. She's got 1 million contacts all over the U.S. and president of the Junior G. She's very, very involved in business. So yeah, she wants to be an RVP by the end of the year, and she's just going for it. The same thing. Nothing changes.
And when do they meet with you?
Well, they have, here's the thing is, if you want them to meet, sometimes it's helped them to have someone else on the phone to help them close their contact. But you know what? They can actually help close each other's contacts. Because all you have to say, I want you to meet my business partner. And then that business, when they bring them to the business part, you edify the partner, and then you turn around and edify the prospect. And then the partner can ask those questions and what are your hesitations? I did a couple where I felt like what we needed to get through were just some fears, don't you think? Just fears. And once we got through the fears, you know, they've been incredible. I mean, Tracy has one that we're talking again on the 20th. She is getting her MBA at USC. She owns 2 businesses. She's 25 and she's Taiwanese and has a bazillion contacts in Taiwan and in all over Asia. They're sharp people. Because you guys, you get to decide. You get to look at the people and decide who you're going to push connect with. That's what is the amazing thing. So it's a whole different story. So any questions before? How about anybody that's on the Zoom? Let's see if there's any questions from the Zoom. Let's see. Yes, we are going to. Yeah, we'll make sure that what we really would like from Stacy and Tracy is what they said about themselves.
Yes.
That was brilliant of what you say, because you can already see how you close.
Yeah.
That's your beginning close. So that was fantastic.
Say what you say. I mean, you're kind of, from what everything I've seen here, you're kind of almost asking them to be job interview. But so is there a question that I'm going to hire you? And then we're turning around and saying,
No, because you're really letting them know, because you're saying that that they're independent marketing reps. And if you're in sales or any kind of business, you know what independent means. You know that means you're on commission.
And when they get the videos, they know it's stuff network marketing.
Yeah.
The videos.
So the videos vet them. It's a vetting process for us. So.
And you're sending the 9-minute usually?
Yeah, so we send so what do you guys send? Tell us what you guys send. What are your videos that you like to send?
Well, it just depends on the person too. I mean, there's so many out there. If they're young, I'll send them the Melanie Booth or Peyton Mott. If they're, been in the franchise world or business world, I'll send them Melanie Booth. I love the multi-level marketing, New Faces in Arbonne. That's a great one. So it just depends. You wanna make sure you have a nice library of videos that you can send to people that will touch on their pain points when they're watching it.
Absolutely.
Videos we're getting on your website or just?
No, we'll show you them in a little bit. So and how about you, Stacy? Do you send any different ones?
I send a lot of times the Faces of MLM one. If they're young, I like Brittany Johnston's Mini Discover Arbonne. I think that's a great one. And I also like just the Pure Arbonne one.
The 6-minute one with Stian and Kay?
No,
Yeah.
the 2-minute one.
Or you mean the one with Dr. Peter?
No, I like that one too. If you go to YouTube and just type in Pure Arbonne, there's a 2-minute one that comes up.
Oh, is that the Who Are We? Who Are
That
We?
has the manifest.
GTC last year, Pure Arbonne.
Oh, Pure Arbonne. Okay, well, we'll have to Google that, Stacy. Look at us learning all these things from these gals.
In the beginning of the video, it says pure. Pure is this. Pure is that. And then it's basically a glimpse in the life of Arbonne consultants. And it's 2 minutes. And it really talks about how it kind of just shows who Arbonne is through a little story about saying what Pure is to Arbonne.
Awesome. Okay.
Pure is, the radicals of glutens and 9 to 5. That that one. Anyways, I actually got to run.
Well, we'll let you go. We're actually done. Thank you so much. I know you got to. Thank you. You guys were incredible.
Thank you so much for doing this and for just all your support to all of us. It really means the world how much you're pouring into us and how much it's making such a difference. So thank you.
You're welcome, you guys. These are 2 MVPs to make it here. You watch them. You watch this space.
Bye.
So thanks, you guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dina. Thank you so much.
You betcha. See you guys. Kel, do you have any questions?
More and more. No, I think you really guys covered it amazingly. And, I'll go back and it's the contacting and what you first write when at the beginning. That's kind of where I'm going to start and take that verbiage. So yeah, that's really exciting to watch all of that. Thanks for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. And
We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to jump back on. Anybody who wants to come back on, and in 10 minutes, because we have some awesome other additional training that we're going to be doing. So, but we're going to get back on in 8 minutes on the hour. So, yeah, so I'm going to stop the recording on this, and we will